Hi guys, Aceface back with another video for you, and today I will be covering the next part of my review on the Tau Codex. And if you haven't already seen the other ones, I will put a link to all the other videos from this series in the description below. But today I will be covering the fast attack choice. So, fast attack choice, not my favourite, I'm going to be very honest with you. There's some wicked fast attack stuff, but for me, majority of that sits in the Forge World book. But that's a conversation for another day. So let's jump in there straight away. We'll have a look at the first, which is drones. Drones are pretty much drones are as drones are. You can have your drones however you like your drones. So 56 points, pretty much the same. With that you get 4 gun drones. And you can upgrade them to be either marker drones or shield drones, absolutely your choice. They're exactly the same as they were before. Me, not a drone fan, if I'm honest. Don't do much for me. But some people like them. 56 points for a fast attack that I don't. It just doesn't. For me, the only real use for drones I find is either to shield something juicy, and then you got to risk it because if it dies, potentially that's a unit break, or more than likely it's around marker lights, but then you do need to kind of find something to buff that marker light to make it more reliable to hit. So for me, drones aren't really an option that I look at particularly on their own, in their own regard. So next we go on to piranhas. Now, a lovely cool model. I don't have any piranhas in my army. I do like them. They are 40 points. As far as I'm aware, that's exactly the same as it was without me looking. Don't really do much for me as far as statistics. They are the same. They are front 11, side 10, rear 10, and they have 2 hull points. I quite like the idea of them with a fusion blaster, and certain buffs in some of the formations have the potential to make them quite quick and potentially a nuisance. So they definitely have a use. But for me, they're a bit down the pecking order. But that's piranhas. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all to say on them. Pathfinders. Pathfinders, the one that you'll probably find in more often than not in most Tau armies. The Pathfinders, pretty much, again, exactly the same. Really good unit, Pathfinders. You can't really go wrong with them. A really reliable way of getting your marker lights on where you need them to. They come with all the same sort of upgrades that they did before. Just scrolling through to see whether they've got anything else interesting that they didn't before. Not really. No, all the same. But I still think a little minimum unit of Pathfinders in your army is not a bad thing. 45 points for a few marker lights. And something that can hide potentially on an objective as well is a really handy unit, and particularly if you're not using any Forge World units, they're a good one to go with. I do like a unit of Pathfinders. Now we have a new inclusion in the fast attack, which is this one, which is the Devilfish. So everyone knows the Devilfish, but now you can buy it in its own regard just as a fast attack choice. It's 80 points, which is quite expensive for what it does. But you know, it's still front 12, still pretty quick. It can put a little bit of hurt out. You know, it still can have its burst cannon. It's got its gun drones that you can then replace for the smart missile system, which is always the way to go for 10 points. With its disruption pods, it's not the easiest thing to take out, so I suppose it has a place. Not 100% sure whether you'll see it in many lists running Devilfish spam, but I may be completely wrong. So that's that. Then you have the 2 ugly ducklings, let's say, of the Tau Codex, which are 2 miserably bad flyers. And in their own right, they've not changed. They are identical, no difference whatsoever. Still 160 points for the Sun Shark Bomber, and for the Razor Shark Strike Fighter 145 points. I don't have them. I've not looked deeply at them because at a glance they just don't seem to be too interesting, and the Barracuda to me seems a much better option as the full droid flyer. So don't do much for me, but again, if you use them and have a lot of luck with them, I'm really interested to hear. So please do drop it down below and let me know how you use them to effect. So then we go on to the Vespid Stingwings. Vespid Stingwings. So something that a lot of people are really hoping to get better. At 72 points, they're way too expensive. Yes, their guns hit quite hard. But yeah, don't do a lot for me, if I'm honest. I think I would love them to have got the flayed one treatment that the Necrons got, because I do think they're really quite fun, cool models. As you can see there, very different, be fun to paint. So you know, who knows? I might find a place for them. But I do like them as models. But actually, for their points and what they do, just not loving how they work. So that is the end of the fast attack choices. By far the one I would say that you'll pick 9 times out of 10 is your Pathfinders. They're the ones that are going to do the work for you. But I think Piranhas, potentially, they have a life in this new codex, so that's probably your second choice. But Pathfinder's the one to go for. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Please do stay tuned for the next one, where we'll cover heavy attack. Going to be quite an exciting section. Heavy attack's always good fun. And until the next video, please do like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.